back, everybody. We're, kicking things up a notch on today's show. And Sue Sherman's here from the Village Green Lodge in Ephraim. I think can get bored and tired of the same old side dishes, especially this time of year, where it's, just a boring time of year, you know what I mean?
It is.
So sometimes it's fun to change things up by making a really nice dinner. The chicken frangelico, this wonderful zucchini risotto. So we're at the point now where the risotto is cooked with the chicken stock.
And now you can tell that the risotto is getting tender in there. Mm-hmm. So we've put the zucchini in.
Okay.
Now we're going to go put in about half a cup of grated carrots. And what's nice is you can even buy these grated carrots, from the store, and let that cook. That'll cook for maybe about 5 minutes. You're going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
About a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper.
Okay. Okay.
And then about a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then about a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder.
Okay.
And just stir those in.
Give it some great flavor.
Mm-hmm. And what we would do is let this cook a little bit longer. Usually we'll let the vegetables cook with the broth and just absorb more broth until the veggies are just a little bit more tender. But just to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like.
A little more stock, maybe?
Just
a little bit.
And
I can tell the color is just so
it looks springy
pretty.
too.
It really
does another
does
dish
look
that looks ready for
and
spring.
then the last thing we put in is
the spinach.
Okay.
So you want to put the spinach in last, because what that's going to do is keep it bright green and pretty, and the Parmesan cheese. So we're going to put about a cup of Parmesan cheese in there.
Yum. How's that look?
And just stir that up,
Oh.
and it will be delicious.
Perfect side dish with chicken or steak or shrimp, you name it. So at this point, we kind of want to take it off the heat, I assume, and keep it nice and bright green.
Yep, because at this point, your veggies would be done, and it's really pretty much ready to serve.
Oh my gosh, Sue, that looks fantastic! Yum! I can hardly wait to dig in. Yeah. So what's for dessert? We got our chicken, we got our risotto. I think we need a killer fun dessert.
Well, what we're going to make is this jello torte, and this is a fun, and it's really an easy dessert to make. So to start with, what I did is I made your classic graham cracker crust, where I used about 15 graham crackers, a ½ cup sugar, and about 6 tablespoons of butter, and put that in the food processor, put it in your torte pan, and bake it in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes.
So that's a spring form, like a cheesecake pan?
A spring form pan,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a package of strawberry jello, just your regular strawberry jello.
Okay. Now, could you use different flavors of jello too?
And you probably could use raspberry, really, if you want. There's so many new flavors nowadays, you could do whatever you wanted to. And what we're going to do is put 2 cups of boiling water in here.
Okay. And you said this is kind of an old family recipe.
And it is. My mom used to make this way back in the old days.
Those are the best.
And then we're going to take about 2 cups of marshmallows. And the hot boiling water, you're going to just keep stirring these until it gets creamy and they're melted. So this is what I had done this before so I could show you. It's just getting set up there. You put this in the refrigerator for about an hour or so after the marshmallows are melted, and then it's ready to whip. So what we're going to do now is...
So basically, I will, you keep stirring it until the marshmallows melt. That boiling water is going to do that. It smells divine. It smells so good. And then you stick it in the fridge for about how long?
About an hour, at least an hour until it's pretty set. Now, hopefully this one's set enough. So what we're going to do now is we are going to whip this up and just get this nice and foamy. And in the meantime, what I'm going to have you do is cut up 2 bananas.
You bet. How would you like them cut?
And what I do, I kind of cut them in, cut them in quarters and then dice them.
You bet.
So that way it's just little bites, and every bite gets a good little bite of it.
Now, what are we looking for to happen with the jello?
So what it's doing is you can see that it's all blending in with the marshmallows, and it's getting kind of foamy and light.
Now, is this a for sure make ahead? Like you need to make this a good day or so ahead?
Yeah, you do have to make this a day, because it does need to sit in the refrigerator overnight.
Okay.
In the old days, they used to call this an icebox.
Yes,
torte,
I remember.
So that's what my mom used to call it. Okay, then what we're going to do is we are going to take, I don't know if you've ever seen these little coconut bar cookies. These are ripping good. I think you can get them at Festival Foods, any of the grocery stores who have the ripping good cookies.
Just the inexpensive ones.
Inexpensive coconut bar cookies.
Okay.
I put those in the food processor, and I've got 6 cookies here that I ground up, and those are going to go in there.
Right in there with the
jello.
Right in the jello.
Okay. We're going to put, this is about half cup of chopped pecans, or quarter cup of chopped pecans. And then I took 12 maraschino cherries, and those two I diced into quarters. I drained them, so there's no liquid in those. I'm gonna add that in there.
Okay.
And I need a spatula.
You betcha, right behind you, there.
Okay.
Yep. And we're running out of time, so we need to kind of finish this up,
And
Sue.
what we're going to do here next is I have to take
Bananas?
about a cup of pineapple and just drain this real quick,
yep.
so I can do that with a spoon.
Yep,
And
you betcha. Yep.
do these, and these are good to
So
go.
some of the juice we want out of there.
Take out the juice. So just
Okay.
about a cup of that. Take it out. And then we're going to mix that in.
So it's like a tropical vacation.
It is,
kind of
really. It's a tropical dessert. It's light, it's springy, you know, but good in the winter time too, so anytime. This is something we used to have for birthdays and when we had wedding showers and baby
Something fun
showers.
and
It was
different.
different. It was different. Okay, then last we're going to put in the whipping cream that we've whipped up. It's a cup of whipping cream, just regular whipping cream.
Any sugar in there? Or
No
just,
sugar, because you've
just-
got enough sugar in your jello
Sure,
and
sure.
everything else. It's really a nice light, just sweet enough, not too sweet, but
Ooh,
tasty.
This looks so good. And here's the finished product after it sets up in the fridge. So then that goes into the crush, sits up for what, 24 hours?
I'd put it in the refrigerator for overnight if you can. And so then we just pour it in here like this.
And we've unmolded it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Just cut it like you would a cheesecake, Sue. That is just fantastic.
It's so simple.
For people, how can they get your cookbook, Sue? What's the best way?
The best way is just to call me at the Village Green Lodge, and we can mail out a cookbook to you. The cookbook is all of my breakfast recipes. I'm working on the dinner and dessert recipes, so
Ooh,
another 10
can't
years.
wait, can't wait. We'll be back to wrap things up.